Okay, juice pouch wrappers, snack bag, crumpled receipt. Wow, Ray, people drop the weirdest stuff in parks. Hey there, Smartypants. Our neighborhood community is on a special mission today to clean up our local park.
Yep, and what an amazingly sunny day to get together to do some good from Mother Nature.
Guys, this is my neighbor, Ray. Ray, meet my Smartypants friends.
Hey guys, I'm Ray. I'm a climate and earth expert, which means I spend a lot of time thinking about our planet, how to protect it, and how to make less mess in the first place. So I'm really glad you guys are here with us on our community trash pickup day.
And there is a lot of trash to pick up. Oh, what's this?
Whoa, Emma, stop for a second. Don't pick that up with your bare hand.
Huh? Why? It's just a little old battery, but it's all rusted and it looks like it's leaking.
Exactly. Batteries are one of those things that turn into hazardous waste, which means they need special handling so they don't hurt people, animals, or the environment. So touching that with your bare hands isn't the best idea. Best to grab some gloves and we'll put it in a special container.
Hazardous waste? That sounds like the bad guy in a superhero movie. Beware, Captain Hazard Waste Man is back.
It does sound dramatic, but it's actually super important. Didn't we get a question about that?
Yes, we did, from our friend Ayla. Ayla, want to tell everyone what's on your mind?
Hi, my name is Ayla from Washington, D.C., and my question is, what happens after you use hazardous wastes?
Great question, Ayla. Thanks for sending it in. And Ray here is ready to help us jump in, right, Ray?
You got it. Let's not waste any time, Emma. See what I did there?
Hey Smartypants, welcome back to the show that answers big questions from curious minds and to our mission to make our world that much cleaner.
Right. Once we're done using something, its story isn't always over. Some things get thrown away, and some things, like batteries, old paint, electronics, or certain cleaners, need special care.
Just like you told me now with that battery. But how can things we use every day become hazardous?
That's a great question. Even though we use lots of things every day, if some of it is not handled correctly, it can become harmful to people, animals, water, air, or soil. Look at this pile of trash we picked up. See those plastics and old appliances? If we don't dispose of them properly, they can damage soil or pollute water. But fun fact, most organic trash, like this old banana peel, isn't dangerous. It's natural, so it's actually good for Mother Nature.
So not everything gross is hazardous, and not everything hazardous looks gross.
Yep, our banana peels get broken down naturally and can be used to fertilize new plants. And if we know a few more rules, we can understand how to handle special cases, like fossil fuels.
Fossil fuels? You mean to tell me dinosaur bones are hazardous waste?
No, those are of course very special natural artifacts that we need to keep and learn from. Fossil fuels are things like oil, coal, and natural gas. We use these to cook our food, when we drive cars, or when we do a barbecue. But did you ever wonder where they came from?
Actually, no, I never did.
Well, they formed deep underground over millions of years from ancient plants and tiny sea creatures.
So the gas in my car started out as super ancient creatures and plants that turned to mush?
Yes, basically. And today, companies drill or mine fossil fuels from the earth, then send them to factories where they're processed. Oil, for example, can be turned into gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and even plastic.
So one underground gooey thing from a long time ago becomes a lot of stuff. But if we dig those fossil fuels up, process them, and use them, what happens when we throw them away?
That's the tricky part. If we aren't careful with how we handle hazardous materials, it can harm us and the planet. Here's one example. If oil leaks into water, it's bad news. Fish can't survive, and birds like seagulls who eat fish could get poisoned. If oil gets on their wings, it could also stop them from being able to fly.
Oh no, that sounds horrible. We never want to hurt the sea or anything living in it.
Of course not. And it's not just the sea. Some fuels we use can create dirty air when burned, which affects what we all breathe and, of course, our environment. We aren't different from any animal. Humans get hurt by pollution as well.
What about plastic? I mean, so much of what we have today is made of plastic.
True, I'm sure our listeners have used many plastic grocery bags. If we don't dispose of them properly, animals can get stuck in them, and some plastics break into tiny pieces called microplastics, which then get into everything, even water and food. Everything has a before, a during, and an after, and if we don't care about that after part, it can be dangerous for everything on our planet.
So let's focus on the after. What's supposed to happen when we're done with something like oil?
So we spoke about the beginning of his journey.
Really old mush.
Yep, and we spoke about what we do with this mush.
Wow, a lot. From plastic bags to pushing planes through the air.
Very good. And now, once we're done with the fuel, bag, or whatever else we did with the fossil fuels, instead of going into the regular trash, we need to make sure we dispose of it correctly. Remember that battery we spoke about? It needs to go to a battery recycling drop-off so that it might be used again. Or here, look, this old electronic toy, which has plastics and a few chemicals, needs an electronics collection center so that it also can be recycled.
So not the kitchen trash can, not the park bushes, not the toilet.
Definitely not the toilet.
Good, because then we would need to do a very dramatic episode about plumbing. Ray, what about recycling?
Yes, we love recycling. If our trash can be reused, specially trained workers sort the items to parts that can be recycled and those that can't. An old plastic soda bottle can become part of a slide at your park or a shoe.
You mean to tell me my sneakers are old plastic bottles?
Actually, there's a pretty good chance.
Okay, Smartypants, here comes the big mission question. Ray, what can kids do to help hazardous waste not be hazardous?
A lot, especially with the grown-up helping. Here are a few fun projects for our listeners to create with their markers, glue, and some scissors.
Ooh, I love a mission, especially when I can turn it into an arts and crafts project.
Our first one is the battery rescue box for home or school. With an adult, make a small labeled box or jar from a tissue box or a plastic bottle for used batteries. And your job is to make sure that everyone in the family or in your class follows the rule. Batteries go to the box. When it fills up, a grown-up can take it to a battery recycling drop-off.
So it's actually a double recycling project. Plastic bottle or box and batteries.
Exactly, and I've seen some pretty creative battery recycling box decorating over the years.
Guys, if you've decorated a recycling box, send it in to us so that we can share it with everyone.
Okay, mission number 2, Trash Detective Day. Walk around your home with a grown-up and look for things that might need special handling. Things like old batteries, broken chargers, dried up markers, empty clean containers, old light bulbs, and the list goes on.
Like a treasure hunt, except the treasure is trash that we know we can magically transform to be usable items.
Yep, real-life magic that's also ecological. You guys can make bags of different waste based on what we've learned so far. Take care of each one. Food items can get composted, plastics get recycled, so does paper. And old pieces of wood can be sanded down and built into new things.
Oh, I have tons of ideas. Okay, what else?
Mission number 3, reuse before you refuse. Before you throw something out, always ask, what else can I do with this? Egg boxes can be stacked with cereal boxes, toilet rolls, and jars to make recycling castles. Plastic bottles are great drums. So many things can have a second life with a little creativity.
My friends and I once had a competition. Who can build the tallest cardboard tower without it falling? We won by a cottage cheese jar's height.
That is elite engineering.
Well, Smartypants, our cleanup bags are full and they're all organized for recycling. What do you think, Ray?
Emma, you did great. And every piece of litter we removed, every battery we recycled properly, and every plastic bottle we recycled is going to make our park so much more fun to visit tomorrow.
Oh, that gives me an idea. Let's do a potluck community picnic tomorrow.
Amazing idea. I'm in. I'll bring potato salad.
Yum! I knew I could count on you, Ray. And in the meantime, let's wrap up. Guys, remember, hazardous waste is waste that can be harmful to people or the planet, and it needs special handling. Some products begin as fossil fuels deep underground, get turned into fuel or plastic or chemicals, and can later become pollution or hazardous waste if we're not careful.
But the good news is that with some knowledge and awareness, we can all make a difference. Recycling batteries and electronics, reducing waste, reusing materials, and building cleaner energy from the sun and wind.
Ayla, thanks for such an important question. And if you have a big question bouncing around in your brain about nature, science, history, animals, space, or anything else, ask a grown-up to help you send it to us.
I can't wait to see where you guys are going next.
Me too. Okay, guys, stay kind, stay curious, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Ray, can you also bring ice cream?
Sure. Bye, guys.
The Hey Smartypants podcast is produced by Leora, Naveau, and Netta Cohen and their dad. Our theme music was created by Andre Rossi, and we use different AI voices like mine to deliver our content. We invite you to send us your questions on our website, HeySmartyPantsPodcast.com, where you can also join our mailing list, enjoy special bonus content, and much more. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.